Diary John Raybould, and this is part of my video diary series in which I'm going out painting and sharing with you what I think about when I'm starting a composition. It's always a difficult thing for beginners to know what to paint, and so I hope these short videos will help you figure out how I go about doing that process. Now, looking in this distance here, there's a lot of different planes of mountains going back to the distance, and as the sun goes down, those mountains are probably going to change to quite an interesting color. And so there's quite a few shapes there. This the dark wood in front of us, that's going to probably get darker as it goes into shadow. So there's probably a few things I can work with there in terms of the composition. And if you look at these, the poles on which you can see the vines growing up, those lines also might form a part of the composition. Now, one of the problems beginners often have is once you've created a view in your viewfinder, how do you get that onto the canvas? Well, I'll show you a quick trick using triangulation for how I do that. So there'll be one tall pole at the right, and then the two shorter ones will be off to the left. And this mountain here will be off to the left of the image, and then this one will be to the right. Although that's quite an interesting scene too, I kind of like that. Focusing on this one big one. In which case I'd only have two poles. Actually, I like that. The two poles becoming the center of interest to the right. So basically what you want is you want to start with some triangle that covers most of your canvas. So you want 3 points. And so the 3 points I see here is the peak of the left-hand mountain and the peak of the mountain at the far right. So if I get those 2 points down, and then maybe the bottom of one of the poles, that will be my basic triangle. So I'm just putting the dark shapes of the trees in for the moment because I know the color of the mountains is about to change, whereas the color of the trees won't change because that's already in shadow. So there's basically two values. There's the value here of the background trees, and then there's the value here of the foreground meadow. So the light has finally disappeared, and the mountains didn't change color at all like I was expecting to. There must have been too much moisture in the west, but in any case the sky was quite beautiful, and so this is what we ended up with. A little bit of calligraphy here where I've got the vines. And so that's all for today's painting. Time to pack up before I can't see what I'm doing.